Last week on the channel, I walked through my entire gear setup for my upcoming thru hike across Scotland, the Great Outdoor Challenge. Now, I received a lot of feedback from folks that have done that challenge years in the past, or folks that live in the area and are very used to the conditions, and I've decided to make quite a few adjustments. As a matter of fact, I am making 14 different adjustments to my overall gear setup, and I want to walk you through what I did and why. Welcome back, hikers, to Follow Bigfoot, where knowledge is our niche to hiking the outdoors. I'm coming at you from the northern part of North America in a state called Minnesota, deep in the backcountry, also known as my backyard. So I'm going to talk about my gear, the gear I'm changing up in this video. A lot of the gear that I'm adjusting is based on your feedback. There are some tweaks that I personally just made, and then something that came my way just in the last 3-4 days, a new prototype Zpacks quilt that I'll be testing out as well. First thing that I am ditching was my other footwear. I was going to bring the Ultra Lone Peak 4 RSM waterproof shoes. Got a lot of feedback saying that that would be a total mistake because my feet would never stay dry, which is probably true. The real reason why I brought the Ultra RSMs was because I got them for about 40 bucks off on Backcountry Edge. There was a deal. It was the only place that was having a deal. I tried them on a few days ago. This was after I published last week's video, and honestly, they're too big. I normally get a size 12 in Ultras. It seems like these new Lone Peak 4s run about a half a size too big. So I went down to 11.5, and because of that, I had to send my other RSMs back, and I just went to REI and picked up a pair of Lone Peak 4s, and I went down just to the regular one, so I ditched the RSM. But just know this, for me at least, I did have to make a half a size adjustment on my Lone Peaks and went down to 11.5. There's a couple of pieces of clothing that I've actually adjusted. Originally, I was going to bring the Patagonia quarter zip. This is not the hoodie, but this is just the quarter zip neck. I had this on quite a few hikes the last couple of years, but based on what most of you said, recommended to bring a fleece. So I'm going with my REI Co-op quarter zip fleece. This thing only weighs 8 ounces. It's great for what I'm going to be getting into out in Scotland. Now, the reason why I purchased this to begin with, Andrew Skirka actually recommended it in a blog that he wrote. After reading it and hearing about his expeditions that he used this on, it was no brainer. So this is going to be my top layer. Now, I'm also changing my bottoms. I was originally going to go with and bring the Patagonia thermal weight bottoms. I've had these on 3 or 4 of my last thru hikes, but because of, again, the conditions and a lot of the feedback that you guys have given, I'm actually going to bring the Patagonia Capilene Air Base Layer bottoms. These things are made out of merino wool. They're super warm, and they'll stay warm when they're wet. It is almost double the weight of the other bottoms that I'm bringing, but I will have no issues staying warm in these. I did get my Zpacks possum down gloves. I ordered another pair of them, so I'm bringing those for my gloves. And then I have a pair of Zpacks possum down socks. This is what I'm going to be sleeping in. Last piece of clothing, I am ditching the Montbell Tachyon wind pants, and I'm only bringing the VersaLite rain pants. Just, they're dual purpose. I'll just wear these instead of normally wearing the wind pants, and I'll probably be honestly wearing these most of the time anyway. One other note about rain gear. I received a lot of feedback on this. I was bringing this new UL Montbell trekking umbrella, something that would probably work really well in the States on a lot of the thru hikes that I've been on, but with the wind, from my understanding and what a lot of the Scots are saying, this is just probably not going to hold up very well. So I'm not going to bring this. We'll get into the most exciting piece. I don't have it to really share and show, but my quilt that I was intending on bringing is the Enlightened Equipment Revelation. This is the 20-degree. Zpacks reached out to me just a few days ago and asked if I would like to test out their new prototype quilt. Of course, I said, heck yeah, I would love to. It is called the Zpacks Azure. Now, this quilt comes in about 2 ounces lighter than the Revelation. Now, this is a 20-degree quilt as well, so apples to apples. Comes in at 19.07 ounces, which is the prototype weight. So more to come on that. Now I picked up a new pair of shades from Oakley that I'm going to take with me out to Scotland. Now this is an area that I'm going to cut some weight. Besides the umbrella that I talked about, which is going to cut 4.5 ounces off my base weight, I'm actually going to downgrade. Normally I take on my thru hikes the Anchor Power Core 20,000 PD. Well, unfortunately, because I'm going out to the UK, it doesn't really make a lot of sense to me to carry 4 ounces worth of outlets, because I have to have a outlet just to convert the regular US Anchor power port atom that I use to charge this thing to work in the UK. Most of our resupplies are going to happen sometime between 3 or 4 days. I probably don't need 20,000 milliamps on this anyways. So instead of going with that, I'm going down just with the regular Anchor Power Core 10,000 milliamp charger, weighs 6.3 ounces. In addition to that, cutting some other weight, reduce the amount of cables and cords that I'm going to be taking. I am just going to be taking a regular micro USB. Now I also need something to charge my iPhone X. So instead of bringing the regular lightning cord, I have bought an adapter from Apple that will connect to the micro USB and convert this into a lightning cable for my iPhone X. Only other cable I need is for my Garmin Fenix watch here. So I only have 2 cables and 1 adapter, so that will cut some weight. Next adjustment is tent stakes. I heard from quite a few individuals that they recommend bringing something longer just because of the terrain that I'll be staking my tent in. The marshy grasslands recommended something between 7 to 9 inches long. I was going to originally bring the MSR carbon core, which I believe these are 6 inches. I decided to go with the MSR groundhogs. These hold up really well. They're 7.5 inches long. So what I have done is bring 5 of the groundhogs, and then I have the regular Zpacks V-stakes that I use for both storm doors. I did get the Zpacks passport pouch. I downgraded my body glide, and then the feedback I got the most on, bringing a head net and then bringing something for all of the ticks. It weighs 0.8 ounces. Honestly, I'm just gonna throw it in there just in case. Now the time of year that we're gonna be in Scotland, should be able to avoid the midges. Is that how you pronounce it, midge? I did pick up the tick key. This is something I just picked up at REI. It weighs less than 0.1 ounces. I think it's like 0.05 ounces. This is something that you can safely remove ticks from. And that's it. That completes everything that I've made adjustments on. My entire gear setup, the weight actually dropped. There's some things that I added, but because I made an adjustment on that battery brick and I'm not bringing the umbrella, I went from 9.8, 9.9 pounds down to just over 9.3 pound total base weight, and I think this setup just works really, really well and addresses a lot of the things that I heard from all of you. I launched a new t-shirt design on the channel called Eat, Sleep, Hike. Based on your feedback, we've also made an alteration to this design. I heard from patrons and I've also heard from subscribers on doing some sort of repeat, whether it's a symbol or the word repeat. So we worked with the designers at Bonfire and we adjusted this. If you want to pick up this t-shirt, half of the proceeds from this campaign is going to the Superior Hiking Trail Association, which is my home trail and a trail that I'll be through hiking later this year. Well, that wraps up everything in the video. Give me a thumbs up if you guys like the content that's been happening on the channel or the content in this video. I will be pre-recording some videos as I head out to Scotland here by the end of the week. I will give everyone an update on where I'm at with keto. I just finished my 60-day challenge. I will also share with all of you in a separate video how or what I'm going to be eating or trying to eat when I'm out on the trail in Scotland, because I am going to bring the keto lifestyle out there to the trail. So more to come on the channel. Thanks so much for all the support, and I'll see you guys in Scotland real soon.